The sooner you master that move at speed, the better your ball striking is gonna get, and I'm talking significantly better.
Right, that might well be how this lesson ended, but it's definitely not how it started.
Graham, I suck at golf.
Yep, I'm a complete nut job when I have a golf lesson. I've been torturing Graham Kehoe for just over a year now, and in spite of this persecution, he's been able to make a lot of improvements to my game. This lesson is going to cover two topics. In the first half, we'll be using his amazing setup to show me how to actually aim at a target.
I just can't get over that.
Yeah, most people freak out.
Then for the second half, we make some massive progress with my ball striking by learning a crucial sequence for my downswing.
Oh my God.
See how far I pushed you?
And just like every session, I'm going to start things off by being a lunatic and throwing a bunch of questions at Graham.
Have you got someone straight after this? Oh, bonus!
All while showing him videos of my swing that likely won't help the process one bit.
So this is par 3. In my brain, I'm aiming at something in here.
Yeah, but your stance looks good.
It does?
Yeah, it's like left center. Shaft is pointing over there. Your stance is not though as much. So that's where we get across the line a little bit. And here it's like you're probably working really hard to drop it inside here, and then it's just a straight up push. But I don't think the start line is wrong because of your stance. And we probably need to figure out like a new visual look for you when you're standing over the ball, what straight actually is. So I'm gonna get you to first set up to the blue flag, and we'll put 2 sticks down and we'll see how you did. Sweet, so then maybe we'll stay there, right? And where do you feel like you are? Like
It looks like I'm way to the left.
get set up so that you feel like you're aiming straight.
Okay. I'll feel like I'm putting my club down and my club face is just incredibly close. Again, that could just me being a psychopath, but.
So where do we feel here?
I mean, yeah, I'm in the same place.
Leave that face squared up.
Oh boy, I can see it from here.
All right, we'll take a look.
I don't, it's damning.
Turns out that when I get myself lined up, my body is open to the target, pointing to the left of where I actually want the ball to go. This will exaggerate that action of coming across the line. Graham notes that when he sees people upping their swing speed like me, they start doing this and will find that they push the ball to the right more.
Because if you actually turn it over properly, like on that open line, you're basically hooking the ball. But that hook is in reality like a nice straight tight draw on the target line that you've set, which is left.
Right, we're really getting somewhere. This position is promoting me to just sling everything, and sometimes I'll be able to get it all synced up. But also sometimes I won't.
Okay, so let's go orange flag, right?
Okay.
You're gonna have to place the ball in behind the tee so that we're on line with the orange flag. Like, let's start with that and let's get into agreement of what straight is, right?
He placed some alignment sticks down and we both discovered something new.
Just to the left?
Well,
Right?
orange flag.
I'm colorblind. I'm looking at the freaking yellow one.
Okay, we're going to yellow one, then you nailed it.
Do orange.
Let's go orange. Whatever color that is to you. Is it gray?
It kind of looks red.
Red?
Yeah,
The red
that's-
flag.
Oh, whoops. Let's try that again.
Is that to the right of it?
It is. You're right in between the post and the flag.
What?
Yeah, like you're in the middle of the two.
Like when I said that, I was like marginally to the right.
It's more than marginal.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So now what we've got to do is get you organized where you're setting the club face to this.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's step 2.
Strap yourselves in because what comes next is the biggest revelation of this session. After I'm 100% sure that this club face is definitely square to the target, Graham attaches this magnetic rod and I see the truth.
What? That looks so completely close.
Yeah, well it's not, because the leading edge is perpendicular to this line down here.
That's right. I also had no idea what a square club face actually looks like. He explained that this is not only adding loft, but also bounce to the club head as well.
That's square.
That's square.
I gotta look at this.
That's like to a T how I'm gonna have that club set. I've seen many a good player get like this though.
That's open. That's what I was doing. I knew that I was.
Start
What
line,
is this?
like, you know, like face angle sets direction,
Yeah.
and it's starting out more right than you're thinking. See, now that's really good.
Now I'm no longer being an idiot and actually lining the club face up correctly. I need to understand what it should actually look like when I turn my head left and look towards the target at address. And when I did that,
It feels like I'm maybe at the black flag.
So the reality is you're all squared up here.
Graham reckons that because it feels like I'm aiming too far to the left, subconsciously I'll then push the ball out to the right. Because, I mean, you know, I'm an athlete. So if I'm going to have this confidence that I'm aiming correctly, my club face needs to look closed, and when I look at the target, it should feel like I'm aiming a bit to the left.
As I walk in, I just make, damn sure that the leading edge is perpendicular square to that target right there. Once that's set, I build my stance. I can pull my club away because my stance is set.
But what about that tendency to push the ball out to the right? What can I do?
I'm sorry, you just have to stop doing that.
You don't have to say sorry. I
Yeah.
know you're very Canadian,
Yeah,
Graham, but
yeah.
Okay. Pretty simple, I guess. It did take me a while to actually process what I was really doing with my club face. Has anyone else experienced this? Hey, let me know in the comments below.
I just can't get over that.
Yeah, most people freak out.
I'm freaking out.
That was all done with my 6 iron, so I pulled out a 9 and a 4 iron to check how those should look. As I get into the longer clubs, I'll need less forward press at address, which was important to note, and of course, more press for the shorter clubs. After hitting a ball using this new setup, Graham wasn't quite done with fixing my process. Not satisfied with how I'd square up the face, but then allow it to open again before I put it back to where it was.
But every single time you set up to the golf ball, that's happened. So there's there's a habit there that doesn't need to happen. Yes, you were going to put it back, and every single time you were going to put it back. Am I putting it back on the right spot? Like I spent my most amount of time I spent was like getting this thing set to here, making sure as shit that thing was pointing at my target, and then I went like this. As I brought my hand on there, it just fell open, but I'm gonna bring it back. Well, how do I know that I brought it back perfectly?
Perfect example of some direct communication, which I respond to best, that will make sure I don't mess this up outside of the lesson. I'm introducing a variable into my process that won't help.
And if that means that you have to come in with your left hand on the golf ball, so then we're just placing our right hand on.
So that's square. We're going left hand on.
Nice. And now that club face it whittled around a little bit, but not bad. Now hold here for a moment. This is actually quite good.
That was probably the best compression I've had on a golf ball in months. Now, in order to avoid moving that club around, my routine is going to be coming in with my left hand already placed on the grip, then starting my alignment process from there. It's also going to get me comfortable with how far I should be standing away from the ball, which is another thing that creates doubt in my mind. With one final rehearsal of that routine, Graham seamlessly segues into addressing another key movement that's going to help me hit the ball better.
Sounded pretty solid. I would love for you to turn your left hip back more versus sliding and falling backwards.
Wow, you've never mentioned that before, Graham. I can't believe this is only just coming up.
Ah, yes, clearing my hip. If I can get my left hip back and keep my chest covering the ball, my ball striking is going to improve exponentially. But obviously, it's not going to be as simple as that.
Okay, man, now that's better. It's like that's still turning over a little bit early, and I feel like this is still just a little bit,
And then we're back to hips here. So hands to the quad.
Yeah, like I think you need to just clear that left side a little bit more aggressively with that beautiful hit, and that will start the ball a little bit more right, and then bring it back to target.
After giving me some space so that I can hit a couple more and just get myself into more trouble,
That's your old move.
Fuck. Then we go one more.
he steps in to give me a new drill.
Okay, now it's me, okay? We're gonna start, your left hand's gonna go behind your back.
With my hand the whole
what
time behind my back. So align and then swing with my left hand behind my back.
That's right, but we're not swinging down, okay? You're just gonna give me a nice back turn. Good, stop here. Okay, beautiful. Your right wrist is highly extended, right? And that club is heavy in you. So I want you to maintain that. Now this is really where you miss. Okay, now from here, move into your left side a smidge, stop. Okay, now what I need you to do at this point is I gotta get you to lower your chest and pull back your left hip. There we go.
Oh, that's the feeling.
We're just not seeing that move, right? Like as you're coming into the golf ball, especially when you start to get fast at it, instead of moving like this, you end up moving here. And as soon as you kick or thrust the hips towards the ball, now we're dropping the club inside and flipping it.
Oh, that's another classic, isn't it? The old early extension. It's not just going to be understanding these positions. When I'm in the gym, it's going to be crucial to get my quads, hamstrings, glutes, and core strong enough to be able to handle actually doing them. But that move of bringing the chest down wasn't something I've been trying to actively think about. All I've been doing is trying to focus on getting that left hip back. What that's going to do is help keep that spine tilt at the right angle and maintain my levels as I come through the ball.
The sooner you master that move at speed, the better your ball striking is going to get. And I'm talking significantly better. Good. Stop there. Now drop it in. Left hip. There you go. Stay there. You have to get the left hip clearing to get the arms through. Left hip has to clear now. There you go. That was awesome. Yeah, you kept your chest down, your left hip cleared. Beautiful.
Well, I guess it's as simple as that, isn't it? The email for exemption to the PGA Tour has been drafted, and I'm sure I'll be in the FedEx Cup playoffs by 2024 at the latest. If I don't execute that sequence correctly, then that athlete that's deep down inside of me uses the hands to save the swing, and I'll end up with high blocks to the right or snap hooks to the left.
Same.
The goal here is to feel that upper body tilt as I clear the hip. One of the other feelings he suggested trying was getting my trail shoulder over my left toe, and I was amazed at just how far over that was.
Oh my God.
Can you get there? See how far I pushed you?
This feels like a Zalatoris situation. Felt like I just shanked it.
You didn't.
Turns out that shoulder thought was one thought too many, so we put that back on the shelf for now. But I knew what he wanted me to do. I just needed to figure out a way of making it happen. So I suggested I try this.
As I'm coming down to impact, I need my hand to do that first.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I get it. Yeah, it does. You know what? Best one of the day.
That's it, isn't
That
it?
was.
Yeah.
That was the best one of the day.
It just, my feeling was that my hand was doing this first.
With Graham suitably content with that move, he points out that I'm shallowing the club just enough, and any more is just going to cause me to hook the ball.
Now, what is the upper body like? Look at how much more
I've shifted
over
to my left side.
Yes, and chest.
And chest is about to cover the ball, yeah.
Right, and so when you're looking at you on this side, you're not lifting to come down into the golf ball. You're staying down on it pretty hardcore right there.
I just need even more.
You do, yeah.
Let's flare out that foot more.
And widen the stance.
Widen the stance?
Yeah.
Like that?
For you, you know what you don't want to do is you want to minimize this, right? And if you get your stance narrow, we're going to have a lot of that. If we widen it up, we can have a little bit of that movement, but not have our hips surpass our stance. You're getting there. It just sounds a smidge heavy, and I know that's because you're falling back a bit. Tack angle's good. Club path is 0.5. Club face is 1.
Well, that's the dream, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
If you've thought these tips are useful, then check out Graham's contact details below. No, this isn't paid for. I bought the lessons with my own money. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss the video that's all about my swing speed journey and how my current driver is now completely useless. That'll be coming out sometime in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the course.